please rise and join me in greeting them. Please give a big round of applause. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On this auspicious occasion, we extend a warm welcome to all present here on behalf of Center of Distance and Online Education, CDOE. Today is marked the celebration of our institution 54th Foundation Day, a testament to our commitment to providing quality education through distance learning. I am Ms. Komal Ambore, and alongside my co-host, Dr. Seema Musre, we are honored to guide you through today's festivist.
नमस्कार. मुंबई विद्यापीठाच्या दूरस्थ आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षण केंद्रातर्फे आपणा सर्वांचे सहर्ष स्वागत. प्रथम उपस्थित सर्वांना सीडीओईच्या 54व्या वर्धापन दिनाच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. आज दूरस्थ आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षण केंद्राच्या वर्धापन दिनानिमित्त आपण सर्वजण इथे उपस्थित आहोत. 1971 पासून अस्तित्वात आलेली ही संस्था म्हणजे सर्वांसाठी शिक्षण देऊन विद्यार्थ्यांच्या उदयोन्मुख गरजांना प्रतिसाद देणारी ओडीएल शिक्षण प्रणालीतील सीडीओई म्हणजेच सेंटर फॉर डिस्टन्स अँड ऑनलाईन एज्युकेशन हे केंद्र होय. उच्च दर्जाचे पदवीधर तयार करणे आणि अध्यापन, शिक्षण, संशोधनात उत्कृष्टता निर्माण करून विद्यापीठाच्या शाश्वत विकासासाठी योगदान देणारे हे केंद्र आहे. आज हा सीडीओईचा वर्धापन सोहळा साजरा होत आहे. आजच्या या सोहळ्याचे प्रमुख अतिथी माननीय डॉक्टर राजशेखर जोशी सर, ग्रुप हेड डिजिटल टेक्निकल अँड ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन ग्रुप IT, जॉइंट प्रेसिडेंट आदित्य बिर्ला ग्रुप अँड व्हाईस चेअरमन स्टेट इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ इम्पॉवरिंग अँड ट्रान्सफॉर्मेटिंग सेतू उत्तराखंड. आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचे अध्यक्ष मुंबई विद्यापीठाचे कुलगुरू माननीय प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर रवींद्र कुलकर्णी सर, सीडीओईचे प्रभारी संचालक प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर संतोष राठोड सर, उपसंचालक डॉक्टर मधुरा कुलकर्णी मॅडम, मंचासमोर उपस्थित असणारे सर्व शिक्षक व शिक्षकेतर कर्मचारी, मी सर्वांचे स्वागत करते. मी कुलगुरू सरांना विनंती करते की त्यांनी कार्यक्रमाचे अध्यक्षस्थान भूषवावे.
Today, it is with a great honor that we welcome our esteemed guests to our event. Their presence, especially that of our former directors of IDOL, Dr. D. Haricharan Sir, Dr. Ambuja Salgaonkar Madam, Professor Dr. Kavita Lagate Madam, Dr. Hemlata Tari Madam, adds the immense value to our gathering. Their contributions and leaderships have played a pivotal role in shaping the journey of our institution. Furthermore, we are privileged to have the chairpersons of the Board of Studies and heads of department from various disciplines who join us today. Their expertise and guidance are invaluable to us as we strive for excellence in education. The Dean of Science, Dr. Shivram Garde Sir, is present today with us. Welcome, sir. Let us not forget the integral role played by our learning support centers, which serves as a backbone of CDOE. Their dedication and support have been instrumental in our success. I extend a warm welcome to all the principals of various colleges who have chosen to collaborate with us. Your partnership is in testament to our shared commitment to quality education and innovation. Once again, I express all sincere gratitude to each and every one of our distinguished guests who is present here and who is attending our session lively, online format. Your presence truly enriches our event and we are honored to have you with us today.
कार्यक्रमाची सुरुवात दीप प्रज्वलनाने होईल. मी मंचावर उपस्थित मान्यवरांना विनंती करते की त्यांनी दीप प्रज्वलन करून कार्यक्रमाचा प्रारंभ करावा. सर्वांचे आभार.
Now I kindly request everyone to please stand for the national anthem followed by Maharashtra Geet.
हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा शुभ नामे जागे शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय.
Everyone, please be standing. Maharashtra Geet is going to be on.
काळ्या छातीवरी कोरली अभिमानाची लेणी साहित्याच्या उन्हात शिका निघाच्या घामाने निघाला देश गौरवासाठी जिना दिल्लीचे रत्नागिरी महाराष्ट्र जय जय महाराष्ट्र जय जय
Thank you. Please take your seats. I request technical team to play the university song. Thank you. Without further delay, let us proceed with the heartfelt expression of our sincere appreciation towards the esteemed guest. First and foremost, I would like to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai, Professor Shri Ravindra Kulkarni Sir, to extend a token of gratitude to today's chief guest, Honorable Shri Rajshekhar Joshi Sir, the Group Head of Digital Tech and Transformation, Group IT, the Joint President Aditya Birla Group and Vice Chairman State Institute of Empowering and Transforming CITU, Situ, Uttarakhand. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Professor Santosh Rathore sir, the in-charge director of CDOE, to felicitate our dynamic and beloved Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai, Professor Ravindra Kulkarni sir. Thank you, sir.
मराठी साहित्यातील दिग्गज लेखक व काळे लिहितात की नावात काय आहे असे म्हणणारा शेक्सपियर सुद्धा त्याच्या वाक्याखाली स्वतःचं नाव टाकतो. म्हणजेच नावाला खूप काही महत्व आहे. नाव ही ओळख असते. आज असेच जुन्या ओळखीचे नामांतर आपल्या सर्वांच्या साक्षीने होत आहे. दूरमुक्त अध्ययन संस्थेचे नामांतर होऊन CDOE म्हणजेच दूरस्थ आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षण केंद्र असे होत आहे. आज या वर्धापन दिनाचे औचित्य साधून हा नामांतर सोहळाही आज येथे पार पडतो आहे. या दरम्यानचा संस्थेचा प्रवास चलचित्रामार्फत आपल्या समोर सादर होणार आहे. मी स्टेज कमिटी सदस्यांना विनंती करते की त्यांनी मान्यवरांच्या बैठकीची व्यवस्था करावी.
Sir, the sitting arrangement is going to change. No, here only. Just turn around. Technical team, please provide a press button to chief guest. Please give a big round of applause, everyone.
अनन्तरम् अक्षरं नास्ति नास्ति मूलमनौषधम् अयोग्यो पुरुषो नास्ति योजक तत्र दुर्लभः. असे कोणतेही अक्षर नाही त्याच्यामध्ये मंत्र सामर्थ्य नाही. असं कोणतेही झाडाचं मूळ नाही त्याच्यामध्ये औषधी सामर्थ्य आहे. आणि कोणतीही व्यक्ती अयोग्य नसते. आवश्यकता असते दुर्लभ योजकाची. The year is 1971. University of Mumbai takes a big step to open the doors of higher education wider. This decision came from a proposal of Sri A. Nam Joshi, a member of the syndicate, primarily for the benefit of the learners who would have otherwise been deprived of the access to higher education. The correspondence courses were introduced in the University of Mumbai with the nomenclature as the Directorate of Correspondence Courses, with A.N. Kothari as its first honorable director. Later, in the year 1985, the Directorate of Correspondence Courses was upgraded as the Directorate of Distance Education, and Dr. Kishore Walecha was the first full-time director appointed by the university. On 2nd June 1993, the Directorate of Distance Education was designated as the Institute of Distance Education, IDE. However, to be more open and flexible, the Institute of Distance Education was renamed on 13 February 2009 as Institute of Distance and Open Learning, IDOL, as it is being remembered now also. Latest on 5th February 2024, to keep up with the requirements of UGC Distance Education Bureau, and also as per the National Education Policy 2020, To cater with the demands of the dynamic society, the Institute of Distance and Open Learning is redesignated as Center for Distance and Online Education, empowering students across the jurisdiction of University of Mumbai. The Center for Distance and Online Education in the year 1971-72 began with just nearly 845 learners. Presently, CDOE caters to educational demands of 31,427 learners in the semester system for its 23 programs. With its headquarters at Vidyanagari campus, Kalina, University of Mumbai, CDOE operates also through its 4 regional centers, one at Churchgate, second in Thane, third in Kalyan, and fourth in the Ratnagiri sub-campus of the University of Mumbai. The Center for Distance and Online Education is well equipped with a resourceful library with more than 50,000 books, a mini conference hall, classrooms, study material section, fully qualified academic staff who provide guidance to the learners through online sessions and also through personal contact programs. The study material is provided in both English as well as Marathi language and is available in soft copy as well as hard copies. The Center for Distance and Online Education also has a newly initiated Center for Excellence in E-Content Development, which is a state-of-the-art studio which facilitates to create learner-centric postgraduate e-content and online courses. With a vibrant team of 32 young dynamic teachers, 25 coordinators, 1,000 plus academic counselors, paper setters, examiners, moderators, 1,200 plus ghostwriters and editors, 200 plus exam centers, and 120 non-teaching staff, our faculties have ignited a passion for learning in countless students over the past 5 decades, and alumni who have gone on to become leaders in their respective fields, leaving a mark on the world. The Center for Distance and Online Education aims to cater to the contemporary and the future needs of the 21st century learners.
Let's give a big round of applause, everyone. Put on the lights. It's overwhelming. So now officially we are known as CDOE, Center for Distance and Online Education. As the standing threshold of a remarkable journey, a journey through the history, achievements and aspiration of our esteemed institution, the Center for Distance and Online Education. We are reminded of the trial and triumphs that we have shaped the trajectory of CDOE's evolution. From the humble beginning to the current stature, as a beacon of innovation and excellence in distance education, CDOE has traversed a path marked by perseverance, dedication, and unwavering commitment to educational excellence. Thank you for showing us the journey and the history of CDOE, which from idol to CDOE. Requesting stage team to arrange sitting arrangement, which is already done. Now we are on the journey of unveiling glimpses of CDOE at glance. The journey of a distance education center is one fraught with challenges, sorrows, and joys. The glimpses of CDOE at a glance encapsulated this journey, a testament to the resiliences and spirit of our center. Now, the moment we have all been eagerly awaiting has arrived. I request our esteemed chief guest and dignitaries to unveil glimpses of CDOE at a glance to the world. With a great anticipation and excitement, let us reveal the pages that captures the essence of CDOE journey, a journey marked by innovation, excellence. I request the stage team to provide a copy of glimpses of CDOE at a glance to the chief guest and all dignitaries. Requesting our chief guest and dignitaries to unveil the glimpses of CDOE. Please give a big round of applause. Thank you, sir. कसला विचार करताय? डिग्री पूर्ण करण्याचे स्वप्न अपूर्ण राहिले याचा?
घराच्या जबाबदारीतून सुटका नाही, नोकरीतून उसंत नाही, कामाचा व्याप खूपच वाढलाय आणि या सगळ्यामध्ये शिक्षणाचं स्वप्न धूसर झालं आहे.
मग चिंता नको.
काळजी नको. अशा सर्वांसाठी सीडीओईचे द्वार सातत्याने खुले आहे.
मग आत्ताच सीडीओईच्या वेबसाईटला भेट द्या आणि सीडीओईचे फेसबुक, ट्विटर आणि यूट्यूब चॅनलला लाईक करा आणि सबस्क्राईब करा. दिस इज अ बिग शॉर्ट प्रमोशन ऑफ CDOE फॉर अपकमिंग ऍडमिशन्स.
आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचे सर्व अतिथी मान्यवरांचे स्वागत व कार्यक्रमाची प्रस्तावना करण्यासाठी मी सीडीओईचे प्रभारी संचालक मान्य प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर संतोष राठोड सरांना आमंत्रित करते.
Good afternoon, respected President of this Foundation Day celebration of CDOE, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Mumbai, Professor Ravindra Kulkarni sir. Today's chief guest, Honorable Shri Rajshekhar Joshi ji, my colleague Dr. Madhura Kulkarni madam on the stage, the Dean of Science and Technology Professor Shivram Garje sir, all my former directors under whose leadership we learned the first lessons of ODL, who are present here, respected Dr. D. Harichandan sir. We happen to learn so many things during his tenure because he was longest serving director as long as we have been working here. Dr. Ambuja Salgaonkar madam, she was also our former director. Dr. Hemlata Chari madam, she was deputy director and started so many things during her tenure, especially Eclipse and MOOCs and so on and so forth. And this is today we are celebrating the online modes of education, which the seeds of which are sown long back in IDOL. Respected Dr. Sargar sir, head of the Department of English and professor, and Professor Maind, Professor Kamble, and many of my colleagues here, principals of various colleges, learning support centers, regional centers, teaching, non-teaching staff of IDOL, who have been always extending their supports for us. I welcome you all to this memorable day of IDOL. My own colleagues, the faculty heads, Dr. Professor Mandar Bhanushe and Professor Anil Bankar, Dr. Vinod Malale, I welcome you all to this day. This is a time that makes us hark back to the past, how our journey was not so easy, it was a meandering one. Broadly speaking, to understand how IDOL evolved, we can have 4 landmark movements in the life of distance education. We have seen in the brief, video clip prepared by our CD team. IDOL started in 71 and that was Directorate of Correspondence Courses. What is important here in this? First, foundation stone or the first phase of this is correspondence courses, where postal services played a very important role to connect the learners to the university. And through the postman, consignments, assignments, dispatch, these were the buzzwords then. Then came to the Directorate of Distance Education. And when it comes to distance education, a bit, expectations from this institution. And that now we started giving the syllabus, taking the supports from the university departments and the colleges. Finally, in 93, we became institute, full-fledged institute, where director was heading the department. During this period only, the educationists in the field of open and distance education, they were deliberating about the importance of teachers in ODL. ODL is a kind of parallel education system. And that's why the idea, the notion of having teacher in ODL system was shown here, and that was in 93. Then there was a demand that distance education cannot be so rigid like the conventional, because when we say in positive parlance, in good language, that ODL, conventional system is a different kind of setup. And here we cannot be so rigid in that sense. And we adopted the policy of open and flexible in terms of catering the services, in terms of, shift from teacher-centric education to the student-centric or the learner-centric education. And that is how, under the leadership then of our director, Dr. D. Harichandan, we named ourselves as IDOL. And of late, we became the Center for Distance and Online Education. So when we are saying the Center for Distance and Online Education, it is not merely the change in the name or the nomenclature of the institute. It is the change in the function as well. We have different challenges. We have different, expectations from us. So far, we were confined by the territorial jurisdiction of Mumbai University, but now all these geographical, national and linguistic boundaries are broken, and we can reach out to the larger audience. This whole system of open and distance education has been revolving around 2 basic concepts. One is those who are cut off by time because of their age, because they could have had cherished dreams of achieving some academic qualification, but they could not do because of age or time. And this is the system that, placed to fulfill their demands. Then those who were cut off by place, Mumbai University's degree wanted the person aspiring to have degree from Mumbai University but staying in a far-flung tribal and rural areas, or which does not come under their, because of territorial jurisdiction, we cannot reach out to them, but they can come and take our admission. This is how this open and distance education used to do. And presently, we are in open and online education. One more change that we are going to see is this. So far, Mumbai University was offering the same program in 2 modes: conventional, traditional education in the department and affiliated colleges, and distance mode with the support of self-learning material, self-instructional material. But now we can have the third mode of education. The same degree can be offered in the third mode, and that is the online mode. That is very, very important. Irrespective of the changes over the years, this very philosophy of education, open and distance education witnessed, what remained constant factor is that always this system rested, depended on the resources of conventional modes of department and colleges. The teachers, administration support, physical infrastructure, or in whatever infrastructure is available in the department and colleges, these were the strengths and supports on which distance, open or online education always rests on. And therefore, with these importance, our honorable guest speaker today, Honorable Rajshekhar Joshi sir, has given us the topic that he wants to talk about the importance of colleges and departments in advancing the open and distance education system in India, because this open and distance education has potential not only to increase the gross enrollment ratio of the country's higher education, but also the massification of education. With these few words, I would like to once again welcome one and all on the dais and off the dais. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद सर. आयडॉल ते सीडीओई या प्रवासात आपले मोलाचे योगदान देणाऱ्या या संस्थेचे माजी संचालक, उपसंचालक व सहाय्यक संचालक आज या सोहळ्याचे साक्षीदार आहेत. मी मुंबई विद्यापीठाचे कुलगुरू माननीय प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर रवींद्र कुलकर्णी सरांना विनंती करते की त्यांनी सर्वांचे स्वागत आणि सत्कार करावा. डॉक्टर हरिचंदन सर, सरांनी या संस्थेसाठी खूप महत्वाचे योगदान दिले आहे. सरांचा कार्यकाल हा 2007 ते 2015, 2017 ते 2018 असा आहे. डॉक्टर अंबुजा साळगावकर मॅडम, मॅडमचेही खूप महत्वाचे योगदान या संस्थेसाठी आहे. मॅडमचा कार्यकाल हा 2016 ते 2017 असा आहे.
नमस्कार. हा सत्कार पोहोचला आहे. खरोखरच मला फॉर्मल असं काही स्वीकारायला आवडणार नाही, त्यामुळे शुभेच्छांचा आदर करते.
हेमलता चारी मॅडम, आयडॉलमध्ये मॅडमनी उपसंचालक या पदावरती कार्यभार सांभाळलेला होता. 2009 ते 2018 असा दीर्घ कार्यकाल मॅडम या पदावरती होत्या. आयडॉलमधील एक लोकप्रिय व्यक्तिमत्व म्हणूनही मॅडमचं नाव खूप परिचयाचं आहे. धन्यवाद सर. या आयडॉल संस्थेसाठी डॉक्टर SD पवार सर, डॉक्टर शेपाली पंड्या मॅडम, प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर कविता लघाटे मॅडम व डॉक्टर प्रकाश महानवर सर हेही या संचालक पदावरती कार्यरत होते, पण काही कारणास्तव सर आज इथं उपस्थित राहू शकले नाहीयेत. आज या कार्यक्रमासाठी मुंबई विद्यापीठाच्या विविध विद्याशाखांचे प्रमुख उपस्थित आहेत, डीन उपस्थित आहेत. मी CDOEचे सहाय्यक प्राध्यापक शिवदास घाडगे सर व वीणा कसबे मॅडम यांना विनंती करते की त्यांनी सर्वांना पुष्पगुच्छ देऊन त्यांचे स्वागत करावे.
Please give a big round of applause, everyone. Okay. It is indeed a momentous occasion as we recognize the outstanding achievements of individuals who have excelled in their academic pursuits. Today, we are privileged to felicitate 6 distinguished achievers who have been awarded their PhD degree. Allow me to introduce our first achiever, Dr. Vinod Malale, Deputy Registrar and PRO of CDOE, which thesis titled Mobile Phone and Effective Communication Media, a Study. I kindly request the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai, Professor Shri Ravindra Kulkarni sir, to present a token of gratitude to Dr. Vinod Malale sir. I request chief guests of this evening, please felicitate Dr. Vinod Malale sir with a token of gratitude. Thank you, sir. Next, we have Dr. Anil Chaudhary, Ad hoc Assistant Professor, the Faculty of Hindi Program. I would like to request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to felicitate Dr. Anil Chaudhary. Our third achiever is Dr. Dattatreya Tonde, sir, Ad hoc Assistant Faculty Professor, Faculty of Political Science Program. Humbly request to felicitate him. The next one is Dr. Pratiksha Tikar, Ad hoc Assistant Professor, Faculty of Economics Program. The fifth achiever is Dr. Gopal Gumatkar, Ad hoc Assistant Professor, Faculty of Economics Program. He is the member of Board of Textbook Maharashtra State. We acknowledge Dr. Rajeshri Pandit Madam, Head Faculty of the Commerce Program, who has been awarded her PhD. Unfortunately, she is unable to join us today, but our heartfelt congratulations and best wishes are with her. Thank you, sir.
आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचे प्रमुख पाहुणे माननीय प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर राजशेखर जोशी सरांचा परिचय करून देण्यासाठी मी सीडीओईच्या सहाय्यक प्राध्यापक गौरी सावंत मॅडम यांना आमंत्रित करते.
Good morning. Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, and distinguished colleagues, it is with great honor and privilege that I stand before you today to introduce our esteemed guest of honor, Honorable Shri Rajshekar Joshi Sir, Group Head, Digital Tech and Transformation, Group IT, Joint President, Aditya Birla Group and Vice Chairman, State Institute of Empowering and Transforming C2, Uttarakhand. Honorable Sir is an IIT Computer Science graduate with over 3 decades of professional experience in almost all corners of India and abroad as a business and technology leader in association with many organizations like Reliance, Tata, Aditya Birla Group, Macmillan, including an entrepreneur. He has been on board and trustee of several foundations. He has been state committee member of Vidya Bharati Uttarakhand. He has also been a special invitee to Union Cabinet's Empowered Technology Group, member of National Focus Group for implementing new education policy in area of technology in school education. University of Pune Advisory Council, Macmillan Group's Global Electronic Publishing Committee, National Working Committee of Electronics and Computer Software Export Promotion Council, CISO Advisory Board Tech Mahindra, and also for CrowdStrike, a leading global cyber company. He also led a pioneering digital learning in 2003 for continuing education in alliance of Macmillan with IITD, IIMC, MDI, NID, among others. He is extensively involved in supporting educational and teacher training in Uttarakhand, water conservation in Maharashtra, new digital media, etc. He writes and speaks on social governance and economic subjects in publications like Economic Times, CIO News, CII Events, etc. Please join me in giving a resounding round of applause to Honorable Shri Raj Shekhar Joshi, sir, as we extend our sincerest appreciation for his remarkable achievements, outstanding commitments, and contribution. We welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. We are eagerly awaiting insights from our esteemed chief guest on the growing significance of distance and online education in higher education in India. We look forward to gaining valuable perspective on emerging models and the pivotal role of colleges and universities in the landscape. Sir, the podium is yours.
Good afternoon. Indeed, it's my esteemed pleasure and privilege to be here today. First of all, acknowledging presence of Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, really dynamic Vice Chancellor. Whatever I have interacted with him many times in the past, he is always full with ideas, thoughts, suggestions, and how can University of Mumbai improve further and further to glowing heights. And Professor Santosh Rathore on the dais, Dr. Madhu Kulkarni and Mandhakarni ji, former directors and other office bearers who have carried the torch of this idol institution. It was earlier, now CDOE today, over the years. It's very heartwarming that the University of Mumbai has felicitated you on this historic name change ceremony. Name changes are not just name changes, they indicate a lot. They show the philosophy, they show the contemporariness, they show that how institute is moving with times, and so on and so forth. And other dear other members from the academic community of University of Mumbai and dear students. For me, I've been over the years in my career associated with two very important dimensions. One is digital and second is education. So that makes my presence here, and thank you so much for inviting me as a chief guest here and able to share my perspective and thoughts. So that makes it what we call as doubly effective, what they call as a double engine philosophy, which is there. So I had my own share of experiences with education and digital both. Way back in the 90s, we set up a network of academic institutions in North India. And then, as was also described in my introduction, we set up a very pioneering venture for online learning in year 2002. Macmillan, which is a leading global publishing company. And I remember those days, and I remember nowadays, at that time, it was indeed not easy to work with IIT Delhi, IIM Calcutta, NID Gurgaon, IIM Bangalore, IIFT Delhi, and convincing them to get on the online learning bandwagon, which is there. Because it was early days, technology was still, setting up, it was not so stabilized. It was not just the education piece, it was also that the institution should lend the name. So I look at it, when I look back, as one of my most, proud proud moments of my career, because after a long discussion which went into months to, I went in IMC all the way to address the Senate of IMC actually, that they would, be party to this program and they would give their certification, because that's most important thing. Giving education is one part, but an institute like IIM and IIT giving its stamp of approval as a certificate was indeed an Herculean task, which is there. But it was on various subjects, especially in continuing education, on finance for non-finance, corporate finance, international trade, and also on supply chain management and marketing and so on. And so that was something where professors made the learning content. We had the team of instruction designers who would actually convert that content into something which could be put on the internet and interactions and chat and so on and so forth. So it's been a long association of, as I said, mine with technology and education. And of course, over the years, then working with on the new education policy, artificial intelligence policy, cybersecurity policy, and all of these had elements of digital education. And indeed, we have come a long way now. Even I recently did a course from University of California on an importance of coaching in management, which is there. So where the professor was just, in front, and almost like, it in front itself, you could have like a very active, visible presence. And the interactions were so fruitful. So if I look back at this spectrum of how my own experiences have been there and what we are doing today, we are actually launching some major projects on AR, VR driven long distance education and for skilling programs for some of our workforce in the country and internationally. So when I address you and when I share my thoughts go back to those 2021 years back, building that whole thing, which were approximately, I think we could teach 4,000 students there from various corporations, up to when we are teaching AR, VR, and AI-based skill programs today. So it's come a long distance, which is there. And I must, see, if you see the history itself, and almost like in India, I think it's a 50-year-old history. Though a lot of people may know that in India, actually, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, he established the first, you can say, a distance education center, you can say that, or facility in way back in Shantiniketan in 1937. Actually, that was the first structured way. Though if you see the tradition of India goes a long way. If you see the Ved itself is actually the Shruti, when we say that they were heard, that itself is like a one-way distance learning, you can say that. Or Eklavya being taught by, learning from Dronacharya while being away and just seeing him, not interacting, not taking faculty's dedicated time, but using that. So our tradition of education, as we know in Indian philosophy, goes long back. I think in somewhere in the 1850s, it started, and University of London started it, distance learning in one way. And as I said, 1937, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore started in Shantiniketan. And in India, I think 1962, Delhi University started for the first time. And Mumbai University also has been a pioneer, I think, since 1971, as we see today, which is there. And of course, the seminal moment was when IGNOU was established in 1985. It really gave a big fillip to, so that's in brief history, the spectrum and the whole, you could say the timeline of distance education in India and our traditions. But way back, but if we see today, of course, distance education is mostly now, I think the online education was an offshoot, but it is becoming now more predominant. And that's the direction it will certainly going to move. So online and internet is going to play a very, very important role, as we see ahead. And I feel and the big reasons, I think I consider three big reasons for this. One is the expanding need of education. Education has become a passport for life, not just success today. If we have to even if you have to just be there, you have to be educated. And it's lifelong learning. You have to continuously learn. As I said, after 33 years of career and having so many things, I did this course from California University last year, but I felt that I needed, I felt it was a good thing to do, and it was so useful. So you have to continuously educate yourselves. which is there. So there's a growing need of education. Different types of people have to be trained in a different way. And increasingly, if we see our demography is more digitally aligned, as I say that, because the younger people or even the working people, we are all comfortable with technology. We all use mobile phones and internet with all these pluses and minuses. So the young people need to do that, so therefore the demography, the people are more aligned, they're more welcoming. Increasingly multidisciplinary nature of education. That's also a very big factor, because earlier you could just do one stream of education and that could possibly carry you for your life. It's no longer possible. You have to understand, and especially the new education policy, there's a big thrust on learning different subjects, and that's where we all know we are moving forward to. So the multidisciplinary education means that you cannot really go to college every time, all throughout your life. So you have to be able to learn even when you are earning or at some other place. So that makes very important, which is there. So I think these are, number of students continue to increase because the catchment area continues to increase, increasingly. I see even I see in Uttarakhand also, where I'm very extensively involved in education. And I'm going to take charge very soon, I think on 6th April itself, as the Niti Aayog Uttarakhand Vice Chairman, and establishing, growing it. So I see that study itself. So more and more people have to study. Even in villages, they want to study now. They want to study on crop and soil patterns. So that's also a very important part. So I think demography, increasing multidisciplinary nature, number of students, and constraints of capacity, distance, and time. How many students really can university cater physically at all the time, which is there. So there's a capacity, you have to expand your capacity virtually. So these are the factors. So one was, as I see, the expanding need of distance education is a big factor. The second one is the growing use of technology. So technology is so central to our lives today. We all know, I don't have to say much about it. But there, we are becoming more comfortable. We are okay to receive education in bite-sized, they say, package-sized contents at the time and place of our choosing. More people are more receptive. The technology has also progressed a lot. When 2002, when we started with the IMC and IIT Delhi, I know the challenges which we had, because it was not so mature. Even if the institutions had good technology, the students didn't have at that time. So it's like 22 years back, and we know in technology it was like ages back, which is there. But today it's possible because broadband is very much available in almost all parts of India. So the growing use of technology and importance of it, and also we have things like, you can do content development far more rapidly. At that time, I remember the professors used to write, Chakrabarti, when he wrote for finance in IMC, he first wrote, and then our team had to actually digitally enter it, and then we had to do instruction design was, had to be used at that time. So it was not an easy process. Today, it's far more possible to do that. You can use artificial intelligence, you can use generative AI, and of course, you have to still work on that. But I think the process is far more efficient and simpler today. Generate content, it is possible. Dissemination, learning delivery, assessment is very much possible now, almost throughout the course, not just at the end of the course, because earlier it was like you do the course, at the end you are assessed or at some milestones. But today assessment is almost real time possible, which is there. You study today, your assessment is ready there today, so that you can improve tomorrow. You don't have to wait for long time to do that. So technology is playing a very big role. Need of experiential learning, that's a very important part, because earlier learning was one, you impart and the person receives it, and it is more some chunk of knowledge coming in, which you have to which you essentially read and talk. But today there's a greater receptiveness and greater effectiveness, I would say, that also of experiential learning, that what you are teaching today conceptually, you can also even show them, in working, which is there, and they can experience it. And I see it very effectively because we launched major AR/VR based programs recently for a lot of our workforce, and of course, after some initial hiccups, people are really taking up to it. Using they're virtually experiencing it. They're seeing the experiments which are there. They are almost having an experience that that as if they are in that environment which is there. So even if we taught vocational courses, we could even things like welding and other things, we could see that people are able to use that. Plus they're, it's not, because when you have to teach a lot practically, you have to spend time, resources. Now 80% you can do virtually, so that 80% can be learned through that way, and then 20% you still need to have some physical engagement and so on and so forth. But I think that's a very important part of learning today, which is there. And so these are the three things I really see. When I come back, one is the expanding need of distance education. Second is the growing use of technology, and third is increasingly receptive and better reception and need of experiential learning. That's very important. So it makes learning more effective in today's high busy lives. How many times can you really study a lot, which is there? If you have, just read and read. If you have experiential learning, it makes the process more effective, which is there. So I think these are the factors. And I feel that, of course, earlier distance education was considered as something which was done separately. Either they were distance learning institutions, or they were even in institutes like Mumbai University. There are separate, departments or centers. But increasingly, I think what we see is universities have to play a bigger role in two ways. One is how they can integrate this with the mainstream education also. That would mean that how their core subjects can be taught, how they can expand their presence, and they have the greater capacity. Universities have great inherent strength and capacity, which is often not realized much enough because they are limited by campus and so on and so forth. But if that kind of a capability and your college network can be leveraged, so universities can play a very big role, which is there. There are a lot of benefits. There are a lot of benefits to faculties and institutions both. Because if faculties take part in online or distance learning, they're able to become more tech savvy, and I think it's very important for success today that people are tech savvy. That it also helps in what you call as connecting with the external world. That's a very important dimension today. The other part is the credibility and branding. When I started in 2000, when I began this in 2002, I had actually, three principles. I said that any institution has to succeed, in distance and online learning, it has to have three things: competence, credibility, and capacity. So competence is very important. If you're not competent, you cannot teach, that's the first thing. So are you competent to teach, which is there. Second is credibility. Do you have credibility? Now, credibility comes because when things are new, you need to have a credible face, a credible institution. And the third thing is capacity. You must have the capacity to do it. It means you can think a lot, you can have a lot of credibility, but if you don't have capacity, that also doesn't work. So I think these are three very important factors, and they will still relevant today. Institutions will greatly benefit because it will increase their capacity, not just in terms of student intake. You connect with the external world. Your perception of people about you and branding, which we call that's very important part today for success. So branding is there, perception is there, external connectivity is there, and external oriented mindset, ability to build alliances and partnerships, which is there. So these are aspects which are very much important to succeed in today's times. And that's where I think the faculties institutions can greatly benefit, because distance learning or increasingly it will be digital learning, and this will open these worlds far more effectively. When I say, for example, I say in front of you that the University of California did a wonderful course, your image of California University, UC Davis, would expand a lot. So if somebody studies from Mumbai University and somewhere in the country says that this is what it is being done, and that's what brings partnership, that's what brings grants, funds, more able people, and you know, new possibilities. So I think digital learning is literally because it increases the horizon beyond your physical limitations which are there. So that way to faculties also, because I see, you know, recently I was at a film institute, teaching institute, and I see that the way they are, you know, increasingly building their alliances, it was so engaging, and because of the external nature, and that a lot came out of the use of technology. So I think these are the factors which will greatly benefit, so I would really, I once again very happy to congratulate the institution CDOE for its continued successful existence, which is there. And I'm certain with the able leadership of Professor Kulkarni and Dr. Rathore, I'm sure that this whole initiative and the renaming is not just for the, as they say, it's just a symbolic nature. It's a very big signal. It shows that we are determined to change, and the change starts with the name. And that's a very important part. And I hope that this is, of course, as per the guidelines of, in the structure which is there. But I'm certain it will also reflect in the actions and deeds, and when we engage further. And I'm very happy to help or share my experiences with Institute in any other way. So once again, thank you so much for having me here, and congratulations once again. And I'm certain that we'll see more and more success in the future. Thank you.
धन्यवाद सर. कंटेंट डेव्हलपमेंट, टेक्नॉलॉजी, ऑनलाईन एज्युकेशन व डिस्टन्स एज्युकेशन मधील विविध घडामोडी संबंधी आपण खूप मोलाचे विचार आमच्या समोर ठेवलेत. खूप आभार सर. या कार्यक्रमाचे अध्यक्ष मुंबई विद्यापीठाचे कुलगुरू माननीय प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर रवींद्र कुलकर्णी सरांना मी विनंती करते की त्यांनी कार्यक्रमाचे अध्यक्ष मनोगत व्यक्त करावे.
Chief guest of this function, Idol Foundation Day and renaming its CDOE, Dr. Rajshekhar Joshi. I just extend sincere thanks to him, because on one day we were just talking, and like I was extending his congratulations to him by being appointed as a deputy chairman of Niti Aayog for Uttaranchal. So just I took a chance and I just requested, will you please accept our invitation as a chief guest for Foundation Day of our one of important institute, Idol, now CDOE. He immediately accepted and realigned his entire program, because he was outside. So he realigned program and tried to see that he is in Mumbai on today itself. So let me extend sincere thanks to Dr. Rajshekhar Joshi. And he would always, because now at the State University, we always come across various issues, various challenges, and probably we require also support. So we now have someone at Niti Aayog who would be supporting University of Mumbai for our challenges and maybe providing some new initiatives in the years to come for University of Mumbai. So thanks to Dr. Rajshekhar Joshi for accepting me. The in-charge director of CDOE now, Professor Rathore, Deputy Director, Dr. Kulkarni, all the heads like Dr. Bankar, Dr. Mandar, other faculty colleagues from the CDOE, Dean Science and Technology, Professor Garje, former directors, Dr. Harishchandra, Dr. Ambuja Sargaonkar, former Deputy Director, Dr. Chari, all the faculties from heads and faculty from different university departments and institutes, and my dear faculty colleagues. Let me extend in the beginning only to extend my best wishes on the your 54th foundation day of your institute. So you have gone ahead with a lot of changes, lot of challenges over the years since 1971. So it was really one of the great journey which this institute has seen as a part of University of Mumbai, and definitely for someone, in a larger circle, the University of Mumbai has definite presence. Okay, particularly those employed professionals who like to pursue their career path of education in the long run. For them, earlier IDOL and now CDOE has a definite presence in their mind, and so that's how increasing the presence of University of Mumbai beyond a regular face-to-face mode of higher education, entering into a distance and online mode. Okay, the CDOE or earlier IDOL has made definite presence in different circles and has helped University of Mumbai to have a right expansion in terms of an objective of massification of education itself. Over the years, IDOL, right, now CDOE has fulfilled the ambition of working professionals in the metropolitan cities of Mumbai to fulfill their career needs. Those who have started their career at the earlier age, and that is how missed education opportunities. For them, IDOL was definitely a ray of hope, and that's how they have served over the year uninterruptedly the requirement of fulfillment of a completion of their education. Of course, now while looking at that kind of an inclusivity, while looking for that kind of an expansion, while looking at the objective of massification of higher education, while looking at an objective for reaching to unreached, okay, so that objective still remains and continued with CDOE. But probably now, while we would like to remain committed for providing inclusive education, providing a better accessibility to those who won't be able to participate in a face-to-face mode, okay, that objective still remains, and it will always remain a focus of focus of our education system. But at the same time, with introduction of national education policy, and probably Maharashtra taking a great lead in terms of its implementation from 2024-25 across all colleges and all universities. Okay, already in first phase we had introduced the NEP at PG departments of university campuses as well as the autonomous colleges. And now we are moving ahead with entire colleges across Maharashtra state now. Now here probably CDOE will have a large role to play. Dr. Rajshekhar Doshi has already talked about digitization and probably content creation and going with for excellence in that mode. Here, the faculty members of CDOE, I just have an appeal first, because the online education, which has said to have a 4-quadrant system, okay, let us have expertise. Let us develop expertise in that particular mode of an online education. While you are committed for distance education, while you are committed for preparing study materials, so as to fulfill the ambition of those who are joined for distance education, simultaneously just expand the horizon in terms of providing e-content in a larger mode, participating at different mode, so that you would be having a jurisdiction not only confined to University of Mumbai, but through online education, you have a fair opportunity to expand beyond university jurisdiction, going towards state in the long run, going towards nation, and probably even in a global run itself. Dr. Rajshekhar Doshi has cited an incidence of having a certificate course from University of California. Now, when you pursue a online program with a certificate, certificate in certain area, like with a renowned university like University of California, that naturally provides a right touch to higher education, having providing a flexibility of taking up education from the best possible universities across world. So that kind of a flexibility Okay, where probably for an University of Mumbai with a legacy of 166 years of excellence over the years, if that flexibility is provided for students across Maharashtra state in the first phase and probably in the long run across India, then that will be a great step by CDOE in coming years, for which the teaching faculty of CDOE must learn the online education. You already have a center of excellence in e-content creation. Dr. Mandar is leading that. So let us have expertise in that. We will provide a right incentivization, okay, in terms of developing expertise in that area. Already, as you are well aware, Government of Maharashtra has gone ahead with a plan of launching Mahaswayam platform. University of Mumbai is one of the main partner besides Shivaji University, Savitribai Phule Pune University, and then two co-partners like YCMU and SNDT also. So with this, probably the Mahaswayam is going to take up lot of initiatives in e-content creation. We will be taking up lot of initiatives in engaging teachers for promotion of online education, providing whatever training that the teachers will need for e-content creation, whatever the training that will be needed for having a right pedagogy with reference to online education. Okay, all that would be made available through Mahaswayam platform. Of course, now we have a separate studio for e-content creation. Now with Avesta Pelvis Center being established shortly, through that again we are going to build up a second studio. So probably infrastructure may not be an issue as far as e-content creation is concerned. What is required is to move further. Now here probably just looking at that the students of one particular department or students of one particular college connected to University of Mumbai, if they wanted to have second degree from CDOE, okay, then that becomes an important initiative. Okay, with dual joint and twinning degree, which has been now already taken up by UGC through their gazette, and Government of Maharashtra being adopted, and simultaneously our academic council has also adopted that. So that will become a good area for expansion. Now here probably say the faculty of CDOE, okay, let me remind you that here you will have a stiff competition from YCMU, who is already prepared on that side, and naturally on a national front with IGNU. One of the key advantage that you have in comparison to these two, of course, they are larger in terms of their outreach, they are larger in terms of their corpus fund, and say when you look at ABC structure, we find that IGNU takes up a second number in terms of enrollment of ABC IDs. Okay, they have second now, close to I think something 20 lakh students are enrolled through IGNU on ABC itself. Now we need to take that lead. Okay, you are all 31,000 students must get enrolled on ABC. Now IGNU and YCMU, okay, who have similar mandate to CDOE, here you have one competitive advantage. As I said, like they are good in infrastructure, they are good in corpus funds. But one of the key advantage that you have is that you are a part of category 1 university. And as a result of which you may not require a continuous follow-up of getting permissions for online education. You need to develop a online education course, online education program, either course or a program completely, and just have to communicate to UGC for that purpose. Okay, in that way, in fact, why Avesta Pelvis Center was given to us? Primarily because we have become a category 1 university, and that is how one of the key hurdle that was there in launching Avesta Pelvis Studies program was permission from the UGC, which was eliminated with category 1 university concept, and that's how the Minister of Minority Affairs was quick enough to sanction the Avesta Pelvis Center of Studies. So that's one just indication. But for you, being a category 1 university, let us see that you will have a lot of opportunities for development of e-content, not only as an individual course, but even as a program also. As a Department of Humanities, as a Department of Interdisciplinary Studies, as a Department of Science and Technology, or Department of Commerce and Management, let us start floating now courses as well as program. You are not already running, you have been given an approval for online program in MBA. Can we think of having a dual degree system, okay, which is already approved by UGC, pursuing 2 degrees simultaneously, one in face-to-face or physical mode, and second in an online education. So you can have now students enrolled particularly for MBA, online MBA, along with some physical, in a degree in physical to physical mode at other departments or at other colleges. So in that way, you would be able to expand the spectrum of students that would be enrolled. So maybe like in long run, you will have a list of such courses with which we would be in a position to collaborate with other universities in Maharashtra state as well as even abroad also, because now we have gone ahead with a ambitious expansion of having linkages with European, Russian and US universities, and now probably within 15 days we'll have a lot of collaborations with UK universities also, where we are moving to London and signing MOU. So even on global reach, okay, that becomes a possibility of having an online program being offered in a dual degree mode. So that becomes a easier concept now. So with this online twinning or joint degree, okay, which are available as a second mode with face-to-face physical mode, okay, you would be able to expand in a longer run. Now probably here you can think of having certain developments in teaching learning practices. That is where my dear faculty colleagues start thinking on that. So right now we are thinking of a distance to distance learning, okay, where probably you may not have a face-to-face interaction, but like having classes on Sundays, and that's how distance to the distance mode of education, either through centers or at institute itself or through sub-campus, you are extending. With online mode, in order to increase its effectiveness, okay, there are certain technological challenges or developments that are coming up. One of the key development that is being thought of, not probably feasible today, at least at University of Mumbai, but in the long run we could look at that. Dr. Rajshekhar Doshi has talked about a lot of use of AR and VR, particularly in education. So with virtual reality, okay, one can have a extension of education, online education in an immersive mode, so that the students themselves find themselves in different spaces interacting with objects in a virtual reality mode that will give you a better way of understanding, blurring or eliminating the difference between the physical mode of teaching and that of an online education, and providing a better way of experiential learning. Okay, let us have something of that kind in near future. Okay, let us keep that as an ambition. Let us keep that as our objective to develop that kind of a platforms, that kind of a technological developments in near future, so that CDOE can move forward. So I understand that with Mahaswam platform being taken up, some of your faculty members will get an opportunity to work on steering committee at state level. Some of you will get an opportunity to work at university level. So let us utilize that opportunity being extended by university to you. Grasp those opportunities and let us have an extension. So probably sky's the only limit for your understanding. Sky is the only limit for your visualization. Sky is the only limit for thinking. Okay, let us expand and see that you are now prepared to fulfill the basic objective of providing inclusive education, and at the same time you are fulfilling yourself to enter into an area of online education, not only confined to your institute, but in collaboration with several other institutes and universities in the long run. In that way, let us keep a higher benchmark. Okay, so let us have a competition with Indira Gandhi National Open University, which has a very large reach. As I said, on ABC itself, they have 20 lakh enrollment. For you, it is roughly around 32,000 or maybe crossing 40,000 or 50,000. So that's the competition that we have now. On one side, we are on our side. But as I said, there are definite competitive advantages. Getting a degree of University of Mumbai Okay, that naturally carries certain attraction than getting a degree from IGNOU. Okay, so let us utilize that advantage and move forward. So probably next foundation day, okay, when I would be coming back, I would see some of the remarkable developments that IDOL would have conducted. For that, university authorities will be completely in a supportive mode. We will always be available for that. Take that opportunity and see that in next 5 years, we will have a complete different vision path. And in that way, CDOE now will have a long role to play. So with that vision which is being placed before you, I request and appeal to all of you, take the advantage of that and see that CDOE will become an important institution strategically, not only at state level, but even at national level and in the long run on global level. With that, I just sum up, extend my best wishes again to all of you. Again, extend my best wishes to all those who have joined in online mode. To all of you, probably I understand that your former director, Professor Mahanwar, who has become Vice Chancellor now, must have joined in online mode. So I extend greetings to him as well, because that's one of the landmark for your institute, that your director has been elevated to the role of Vice Chancellor. So naturally that goes in the history of IDOL in CDOE. So many more such good opportunities are definitely going to come across the faculty of CDOE. Let us grab those and elevate and promote your career. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance and keeping a vision in front of CDOE, and we're sure we are going to be do a great thing in that. Thank you, sir. As we are at the end of the program, I would like to call Deputy Director Dr. Madhura Kulkarni Madam to deliver the vote of thanks.
नमस्कार. सर्वांना दूर आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षण केंद्राच्या 54व्या वर्धापन दिनाच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. आज दूर आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षण केंद्राचा 54वा वर्धापन दिन आणि नामांतर सोहळा पार पडला आहे. हा कार्यक्रम यशस्वी होण्यासाठी अनेकांनी हातभार लावलेले आहेत. या कार्यक्रमासाठी प्रमुख अतिथी म्हणून उत्तराखंड नीती आयोगाचे उपाध्यक्ष व नीती आयोगाचे सदस्य माननीय डॉक्टर राजशेखर जोशी सर उपस्थित राहिले. सरांनी आपल्या भाषणातून आपल्याला बोधित केले. सरांनी टेक्नॉलॉजीची वाढती गरज तसंच डिजिटलायझेशन या प्रमुख कळीच्या मुद्द्यांवर भाष्य केले आणि खूप सुंदर पद्धतीने मांडणी केली आणि आपल्याला मार्गदर्शन केलेले आहे. सर, आपणास यासाठी खूप खूप धन्यवाद. आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचे अध्यक्ष आणि आमचे प्रेरणास्थान असलेले मुंबई विद्यापीठाचे कुलगुरू माननीय प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर रवींद्र कुलकर्णी सरांचे खूप खूप आभार. या कार्यक्रमासाठी आवर्जून उपस्थित असणारे दूर आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षण केंद्राचे सर्व माजी संचालक, उपसंचालक यांचेही अगदी मनापासून आभार. तसेच आमच्या विनंतीस मान देऊन आज या ठिकाणी आवर्जून उपस्थित असणारे विद्यापीठाच्या विविध प्राधिकरणांचे सदस्य, विविध विद्याशाखांचे प्रमुख, विविध अभ्यास मंडळांचे प्रमुख व सदस्य, विविध विभागांचे विभाग प्रमुख, विद्यापीठ प्रशासनातील विविध अधिकारी व कर्मचारी, विविध महाविद्यालयाचे प्राचार्य आणि इतर कर्मचारी वर्ग यांनी आवर्जून या कार्यक्रमासाठी उपस्थिती दर्शवली, त्यासाठी त्यांचे अगदी मनापासून आभार. हा कार्यक्रम यशस्वी होण्यासाठी प्रयत्नशील असणारे दूर आणि ऑनलाईन शिक्षण केंद्राचे प्रभारी संचालक प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर संतोष राठोड सर, तसेच हा कार्यक्रम संपन्न होण्यासाठी नियोजनापासून ते कार्यक्रम यशस्वीरित्या पार पडेपर्यंत विविध कमिट्यांमधून विविध जबाबदाऱ्या पार पडणारे माझे सर्व शिक्षक आणि शिक्षकेतर सहकारी यांचेही अगदी मनापासून आभार. नामकरण सोहळ्याचा व्हिडिओ अगदी खूप कमी वेळामध्ये, म्हणजे अगदी कालच सांगितलं गेलं आणि तो व्हिडिओ बनवणारे मंदार सर आणि त्यांचे सर्व टीम यांची अगदी मनापासून आभार. या कार्यक्रमासाठी हॉल उपलब्ध करून देणारे राज्यशास्त्र विभागाचे प्रमुख व त्यांचे सर्व सहकारी, या हॉलची स्वच्छता व देखभाल करणारा विद्यानगरी सामान्य प्रशासन विभाग आणि त्यांचे कर्मचारी, तसेच हॉलची लाईटची व्यवस्था बघणारे विद्यापीठ अभियंता विभागाचे कर्मचारी, UCCचे कर्मचारी, सुरक्षा विभागाचे कर्मचारी यांचेही सगळ्यांचे अगदी मनापासून आभार. या कार्यक्रमाला उपस्थित राहून या कार्यक्रमाची शोभा वाढवणारे आपण सर्व प्रेक्षक तसेच या कार्यक्रमाला कार्यक्रम ऑनलाईन लाईव्ह झालेला आहे. तर या कार्यक्रमाला ऑनलाईन सुद्धा जॉईन झालेले सर्व प्रेक्षक या सर्वांचेच अगदी मनापासून आभार. अनावधानाने कोणाचे नाव राहून गेले असेल तरी सगळ्यांचे अगदी मनापासून आभार. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, ma'am. So we are at the end of the program. Heartful appreciation to all who present here. Thank you for coming and joining us. I request all dignitaries to join us for the lunch after national song. This national song is sung by our student, Miss Advaita. So I request technical team to play the national song. Everyone, please stand.